Oh, we back for another crazy day. These back-to-back bangers, man. There's so much going on in the world, and y'all know we've been watching it. We're here for it. But look, man, make sure y'all don't believe everything y'all see in these videos. But look, follow along, or you will get lost in the sauce. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you're going out here doing your own damn research. I'm not in charge of what you believe. But this video right here is very interesting, man. I'm telling y'all that not right now. You know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and smash this like button and get this thing to like 20,000 likes. Let's crack this algorithm and subscribe to my channel if you aren't subscribed out there, man. We're on our way to 1 million subscribers. I do appreciate y'all. But let's get to it. Make sure if you're going through a tough time, we're going through this thing called life together. You never end it by yourself. Go ahead, join the tribe. Positive vibes only.
You know, once you realize the average person is slow, it all makes sense.
Guys, the mayor of New Jersey has just come out and confirmed what we've read in the 4chan leaks. So this 4chan leak was over a week ago, and just in the last 24 hours, the mayor's come out and confirmed what we read in that thread, as well as Tim Burchett. We're talking about orbs coming from below crushed depth, up in the ocean, into the sky, and literally transforming in front of your eyes into a drone. These are the words of the mayor of New Jersey. I've got his footage. I've got the whole 4chan thread as well. I read through the whole thing. And we've got videos of these orbs turning into drones. And the most wild part is you basically see my brain melt on stream live, because as I was reading it, I realized there was a huge connection to what this whistleblower was talking about and the MH370 abduction videos. Yes, these wild videos here that are very hard to believe, but this is very interesting and there are links. So guys, go and check out the video because it will blow your mind.
I noticed we're not seeing Palestine. We're not seeing the California wildfires. No more drones. No more Cat Williams. No more Terrence Howard. They're not talking about Luigi. They're not talking about the guy that they found on the East Coast with 150 pipe bombs. They're not talking about none of this stuff, bro. Dang. They finessed us. They finessed us. This app is definitely different. That's crazy. Who else noticed this, bro? I knew it was something different about TikTok, bro. Bro, I want y'all to go in y'all search bar, search the California wildfire. I just posted about the California wildfires. But as soon as that uploaded, I started thinking, I ain't seen no alien content, no conspiracy content, dealing with the devil. They ain't talking about that spaceship that they found in space that was coming. Remember that? Bro, how is this okay? See, I'm about to go back to red note, bro.
Why the fuck would a random ex-Navy SEAL not trust his own government? Just watch this shit.
I don't think there's very many people left
that have any confidence in the U.S. government at this point. My personal opinion is they already know it's over and they're ripping the wiring out of the walls and trying to get every last dollar into their pockets before this thing goes up.
In the same way that this UFC commentator tried to warn us about the fires months ago, he has been trying to warn us about the government's next natural disaster.
And what does it look like
if our power grid goes down?
If we truly have an outage that is nationwide, the EMP Commission, which is a commission that was mandated by U.S. Congress, they found that as many as 90% of Americans would die.
300 million people wiped off the map just like that. And how long did you say that would take?
9 months.
And when this happens, information is going to be the most powerful resource because nobody's going to know what to do. Which is why everybody in my family has one of these. How to build your own water filter. How to make your own solar power system. How to build a water heater because it's the winter time. How to protect your house against intruders. Preserving fuel. A survival garden. All types of shit. This is something that I think every single family should at least have one copy of, but it's already sold out once this month. So if you see the orange topic car somewhere down here, they might still be in stock.
15 years.
Don't believe in the 4-year cycles.
Or you can believe in the cycle of 100 years.
But when you look at the market, you can see that it's dictated by the Bitcoin halving. 6 months later, we tend to see the bull run start, goes on for about 18 months, then we crash for like 2.5, 3 years.
Yes, at a microcycle, yes.
Right.
But at a macro cycle, what are you looking at? What is your dollar worth right now?
In comparison to what?
Exactly.
Okay, so what do you mean?
So what is your dollar worth? What are you comparing it to? You have nothing. You have nothing to compare it to.
Right.
That's where the theft is. The fact that you have nothing to
So
compare.
$1 is always $1. Yeah.
But what is $1 worth?
Less and less every day.
Why?
Inflation. They're printing more.
Why are they printing more money?
Debt.
No. Think. Why are they printing more money? The answer is more simple than you think. To fuck you.
Oh, right. Okay, I got it. Okay, like, what do you mean?
That's it. Because fiat by nature was created to steal.
Right.
We are fed propaganda, and if you want to know what's happening in the world, go outside of the U.S. media. Go outside of the country to find out what's going on in our own country, because it's frightening.
I just saw a video where a Chinese Red Note user is finding out that Americans stop going to school because they can't afford the tuition. It's not because we don't want to be educated or we don't care about education. It's because we literally can't afford it. Now the rest of the world is going to find out that Americans do want to be educated. It's just the financial barriers.
I'm chatting with a new friend in China, and their law schools are $798 per year, which just makes me feel so angry because I have like $450,000 in debt just to go to law school. And I'm explaining this extremely bonkers system that we have, and I'm like, this is a slave contract.
This American posted a graph showing how his loan interest increased every year, and a Chinese person responded saying, but isn't it your house? Why are you being taxed on your house? Isn't that robbery?
They didn't understand what a collections company was, first off. Like, I guess that's not a thing in China. And one of the Chinese guys who was like responding to our comments was asking about collections companies. The only words that he could understand it as in China, when we had to translate his comments from Chinese or Mandarin to English, he was calling collection companies robbers and gangsters. That's the only thing that he could think to just... Or tell me if we're in the bad place.
What is this news about them banning Red Note? They can't just ban every app that we go to. Is this the communist place?
Have y'all seen their electric cars that are under $10,000? Some of them are under $10,000. And they're outperforming any luxury car that we have here in the United States.
We are like the American budget in. Like, this is not AI, this is Shanghai, okay? And we can't even fix our fucking sidewalks.
I was shocked that you guys have 2 jobs to cover living cost, and from all.
That's true. Y'all know that's true, because that's this. Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
All these years, I thought you guys don't eat fresh vegetables because you don't like eating vegetables. I never thought like.
It's funny because it's true. I'm sorry.
It's expensive. I never would have thought fresh vegetables are expensive.
I saw somebody chopping up vegetables, and I was like, wow, I can't believe he's chopping them so big. Like, if he's trying to feed school kids, it's a good quantity, but like, these are really big chunks. Like, you know, I was like, what the heck was he doing? It was for the pigs.
So I downloaded the little red book and I made a new bestie. And she ended up going to the market and sent me a picture of her local market. I picked what was familiar to me and what I knew, and that was corn on the cob. I looked up to see what would that be in US dollars. 94 cents. What would it be here in America, you might ask? $7. Is this what they don't want us to know?
And you're worried about a foreign nation coming in through TikTok? That's what the government's talking about today, is a foreign adversary affecting our citizens. Your citizens are running for their lives!
America is the only developed country in the world that does not provide some form of universal health care.
You know, in China, when a baby is born, they give them a box full of supplies, everything that they need for the baby, diapers, clothing, and this box doubles as a crib. But in the US, when a baby's born, they charge you to hold your newborn. It's called skin to skin, something like that on the bill.
If America doesn't stand up, we're in big trouble.
I just had a baby. Let me tell y'all, if without the insurance that I have, I would have paid so much money, close to $100,000, just to have a baby. I paid $7,000 out of my pocket for the procedure, right up front. Then another, like for all the ultrasounds. The whole time I had to pay for ultrasounds. I paid thousands of dollars on ultrasound. This shit's crazy. I just seen the bill. If I wouldn't have had insurance, and the other bill they sent, it was like $42,000. Like, that'll take you out. One of my exes, she owes $250,000 in student loans and stuff like that. She has a decent job, but she would never be able to pay that off. It's crazy.
infrastructures. Listen closely. Trump just announced a $500 billion collaboration with OpenAI to integrate Stargate AI into critical infrastructures. They're selling it as progress, as a leap into the future. But here's the truth. It's not about progress. It's about control. Stargate AI is a system designed to infiltrate communication networks, decision-making processes, and even societal structures. Imagine a world where every move you make is tracked, your thoughts analyzed, and your decisions predicted. They claim it will revolutionize humanity, but it's building the ultimate surveillance state. The same billionaires preaching freedom are creating a digital cage. Where are the voices calling this out? Rogan, Carlson, Brand, Peterson, the Tates. Silent. Stargate AI isn't just technology, it's power. Power to dominate, manipulate, and control humanity on a level we've never seen before. Will you accept the cage they're building? Or will you fight to stay free? Stay strong. This is the Alliance.
The American people are ready to receive the truth.
Humanity is not the only intelligence in the universe.
Humanity is not the only intelligent species. We are absolutely not alone.
Non-human intelligence exists.
UAPs are real, they're here, and they're not human. I spent 25 years as a senior official with the CIA.
I worked on highly classified UAP program.
28 years as an astrophysicist.
I served as the 4th Director of National Intelligence.
Director of Aviation Security in the National Security Council.
A 1-star admiral after 32 years of service.
People that come forward with it.
You can't talk about the Kennedy assassination without talking about Israel, without talking about the Mossad. They're the main people involved. That's the main group involved. The Prime Minister of Israel at the time said that without nuclear weapons, Israel would not survive. Kennedy was asking and asking and asking for neutral scientists to observe the reactor. He continued to push for this with CIA Director McCone and finally was granted access. Israel, prior to the visit, set up a fake control room with fake control panels, and part of the agreement was that the inspectors were never going to be able to inspect the actual reactor. After that visit, Kennedy was quoted in saying, "Those sons of bitches lie to me constantly about their nuclear capability." The Jewish community invites JFK to come to Dallas, which was sponsored by the Dallas Citizens Council, which was directed by Julius Sheps, who was a member of the local B'nai B'rith organization, the ADL B'nai B'rith, once again. A confirmed member of the local B'nai B'rith as well, Abraham Zapruder, was also just so happened to be the guy that caught the assassination on film. Zapruder was also a manufacturer headquartered in the Dallas.
Hey, did y'all actually see the real footage of that? I put this clip in here. This is a video within the video. That's why this portion right here is small. I can't control that one. But did y'all see the actual video of what really happened? And did y'all see the technology that was used with the weapon that was used to take him out and how it was done? So egregious. It's crazy. Like, the stuff we're talking about is not far-fetched. It's not meant to deceive you. Like, it's meant to put it in your face to show you, like, hey, wake up. Back then, the weapon, did you hear how they explained the weapon that they used? It's not nothing that you've ever heard of before. It's because people at a higher echelon, monetary wise, they live in a completely different world than us, literally. But we're gonna keep building though.
Textiles building. According to ballistic studies, it was from that building the first 2 shots were fired and missed. The building was owned by David Weisblatt, one of the biggest financiers of the Anti-Defamation League, and Douglas Jaff, one of the biggest donors to Lyndon B. Johnson. The host committee that invited Kennedy to the event in Dallas was chaired by a guy named Sam Bloom. According to Dallas police, it was Bloom who pushed the hardest for the police to transfer Lee Harvey Oswald from the Dallas police station to the Dallas County Jail. Now, it was during that transfer that Jack Ruby shot Oswald. What was Jack Ruby's real last name? Jakob Rubenstein. The reactor went critical right after Kennedy died, and they got the bomb a year or 2 later. That's kind of a coincidence, isn't it? It's kind of a strange coincidence. Kennedy dies, Israel gets the bomb. Gets the bomb.
وهكذا قتل كندي بسبب بعض وصراعه على التفتيش.
What the fuck is it chasing?
Wait, a helicopter's in the sky. Dark, what is that shit?
Fuck. What are those three things right
Sean,
there?
what is that?
Record it.
I am.
You see him? What is it?
Why are they flying in the dark, too? What the fuck?
They're chasing something.
What the fuck? Look at those. Look at 3 of them.
The fuck is it? Keep recording it.
Told y'all they be out here in these parts. They be out here for sure.
Does this seem normal to anyone else? Oh shoot.
The orbs are beings. It's a created intelligent being that watches us, that monitors all life on this planet. That's what they do.
So that would be like the little humanoid beings that you saw 18 years ago tomorrow. Those are what come out of...
Yes. Yeah. And the cool thing is I have video of that. So nobody can tell me I'm not right about it. And everybody's wondering, how did you get into NASA? Why were you there? Why were you studying with them? What was their interest in me? Why did they need me? When I ask them, why do you need me? Why do you want me here? You've got rockets, you've got space shuttles, you've got satellites, you've got the space station, all the money and technology and telescopes in the world. And they're like, we know they like you and they communicate with you and they have nothing to do with us at all. And we'd like to know why, what it is they want, and why it is they're harassing their astronauts.
Harassing them?
Harassing them. So has any astronauts ever seen an orb? All of them.
No way.
All of them.
Really?
Yep.
So how do they see them? How do they appear to them?
They would appear outside the space shuttle. Look in the windows at them. Stand up over the shuttle bay or the space station, glowing. Sometimes there's a report of a half a dozen of them 125 feet tall with wings, standing there smiling at them.
Wow.
So for 18 years I never talked about this, and this is the first time publicly.
So we're talking about things that come out of the orbs.
Angels, angelic beings, created beings. They're made of energy, but in a ball of light. But out of that ball of light comes a glowing being. Sometimes they're 6-7 feet tall or taller.
Or 125 feet tall.
Yep.
Listen this is about to blow your mind. An alliance of all the powers on Earth, open and hidden, decided that the individual freedoms could no longer be tolerated in the interest of the preservation of the human race. They believed the common man could not be trusted. Studies were done to determine a method to arrest the population explosion before the point of no return would be reached. It was determined that an immediate attack on the problem would involve 2 points of intervention. The first was to lower the birth rate. The second was to increase the death rate. To lower the birth rate, several programs were put into motion. The first was the development of positive birth control methods using mechanical diaphragm and condom, chemical, foam and birth control pills, and medical, sterilization, abortion, and hysterectomy procedures. These were developed and implemented. The women's liberation movement was started with a demand for free abortions, using quote-unquote pro-choice as its rallying cry. Homosexuality was encouraged, and gay liberation was born. Homosexuals do not have children. Zero population growth became a hot subject at cocktail parties. Individual freedom, the heat of the moment, religion, and the old blue laws sabotaged these efforts. And while zero population growth became a reality in some areas, population increased rapidly in others. Pay attention. The only alternative left to the world's ruling elite was to increase the death rate. This was a difficult thing to do, as no one wanted to pick people out of a crowd and line them up for execution. Neither did they relish the possible consequences of an enraged public upon discovering that they were being systematically murdered. Of course, a very short but very deadly war using nuclear weapons upon select population concentrations was contemplated, and to tell you the truth, was not ruled out. The fact that such a population control was even contemplated confirmed the worst fears of those who participated in the 1957 study. War was put on a back burner to simmer, but may become a reality. In the meantime, something else had to be done that would absolve the decision makers of guilt and place the blame on those who did not lead clean lives, something that could be blamed upon Mother Nature. What was needed was the bubonic plague or some other horrible natural disease. The answer came from Rome. The recommendation was to develop a microbe that would attack the autoimmune system and thus render the development of a vaccine impossible. The orders were given to develop the microbe and to develop a prophylactic and a cure. So they develop a problem, then offer a solution. And you think it's safe to take it? The microbe would be used against the general population and would be introduced by vaccine. The prophylactic was used by the ruling elite. The cure will be administered to the survivors when it's decided that enough people have died. The cure will be announced as newly developed when, in fact, it has existed from the beginning.
What the fuck? Finally, something in Anaheim happens.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie to you. We got so much going on.
What the fuck is that?
I don't know. We have customers.
Oh shit.
Now we have it. You see the light behind it, the red light?
Oh, that's what I was telling you. What the fuck is that? I'm gonna step back. It's gonna zap us.
Oh my god. Hey, amiga.
Hey.
Amiga. You wanna see?
Like the sky is broken or something, right?
What the hell is that? Holy shit! What the fuck?
All right, let's get to the pictures that came out. This was posted on 4chan, and the story behind it is just some anonymous person threw it out there. It basically says, it's all going to come out anyway, so I don't really care. Is really the tone of everything.
Look, y'all, we got these people out here trying to put shit in the food. We got clouds doing weird shit. We got aliens like we already got shit going on. We ain't got time for this now for you to just be sitting in these clouds and just doing weird shit, you know. If you're gonna come here, come and speak. You know what I'm saying? That's all we can ask for. Then on top of that, we about to look at a goddamn a large egg, and we've been talking about leviathans. Absolutely not.
Thing. He said he was LARPing during this, but honestly, all of his answers more like, I just don't care, right? If they catch me, they catch me, is the feeling that I got from it. You know, I want to read through it again to see if I can get more of a sense of that. But that was, you know, kind of where I felt it was going and kind of coming from. But even if he was LARPing, I got to tell you, this is extremely interesting stuff. These two images are completely tied together, and they have something not unique to folks who have experienced seeing an object up close and firsthand. Number one, in this right shot, you have what appears to be hieroglyphics on it, and I could probably estimate that it goes all the way across, and it's completely covered in them. Right? It's the fact of the matter is this is blown out from the strobe, and we're going to get into that a little bit. And then this is the same image. Not the same image, same object in the same setting. So let's get right into that. Why do I know this is the same object in the same setting? If you look down here on the bottom right corner, you can see like a fan of stone pattern, and that same fan of stone pattern is over here. And then right here, there's like a little flute that's leaning off to the right and up, and the same flute is leaning to the off and right here as well. And along with that, the the rock formations hanging from the ceiling match too. It's like 1, 2, and it's like on that angle there. It's the 1, 2, and it's on that angle there. This is behind that. The angle is different when they're taking this photograph. They've moved over to the right, so that puts this more behind these two right there. And then here's this one here, and here's this one here. So this is the same setting, right? The same object in the same setting. And the credibility of these eggs is slowly notching up, right? We've had 2 videos released, and, you know, why in the world... All right, let's not even go to why. Let's just talk about the pictures. This is, you know, I've done photography for 40 years, right? Actually 38 years. I started when I was 12 years old. And so I know what to look for here. And obviously when I started back then, I did many years of film photography, and I believe this is film. And the reason that is because we have a light leak over here on the right. And this light leak gives us a very big piece of information. Huge. That right there is telling me that this is not fake, right? It's not AI, because AI is not good at replicating the entire environment over and over again, at least not yet. So there would be some differences there. And whoever would do this, I can't imagine that they would think enough to put a fake light leak in the image. And this leak looks really good. I mean, this is what they look like, right? That is what they look like. That's when that happened to me. And it happened a lot. This is what it looked like. The source of the light, this is an off-camera flash. So this is not a pocket camera. This is somebody came in here with the intention of taking a very high-quality photo. So somewhere on the planet right now, these photos exist, and they are extremely high quality. So, man, I'd love to see that. But yeah, so the strobe is high and left of the lens, and we can see that by the shadow here. And the shadow kind of looks odd because the terrain is coming in closer to the egg here, so it just closes in on the shadow, so it basically erases it from here, this section. All of the detail in the ground, everything that's facing left is hot, has hot light on it, and on the right you can see it's dark. So all indicating that the strobe is up and left of the lens. Over here, same deal, right? Up and left of the lens. It may be one of these, like, you know, the old school contraptions where you had the camera here and the strobe was on a handle that was up and to the right. It could have been on a stand, but in looking at these, it might be on a stand. It looks like it might actually be separate, because this is a pretty deep shadow if from this distance, if the strobe was closer to the lens. So this is telling me this was really, there may have been actually a stand or somebody helping hold it, or they were holding it with their hand up and high. The fact that this is blown out, right, tells me that it's, you know, obviously there's the flash, and because they were so close to the object and they're running film, they probably had an ISO that was pretty high, knowing that they were going to be in a dark environment. And so they, you know, it just blew it out with the strobe, right? You can only go so fast with the shutter with the older cameras to overcome this kind of intensity at that how close it is. And these are pictures of what appears to be, actually the guy said, or the anonymous person said, it was photos off of a laptop, and this makes sense. It looks like that to me. And just the patterning, right? That's what you expect to see when you take a picture of a laptop.
Right.
So yeah, this is significant. These are honest to goodness images. I am like 99.99% sure these are real images of a real object somewhere in a cave. Now, what it is, what it's doing there, what are they doing there, that is a totally different question. All I can tell you is that what I'm seeing here is telling me these are real pictures. They were done on film, and somewhere on the planet there are some really crisp images of these that will show you all of the inscription on the egg, especially in this shot right here. So would love to get my hands on that. So that's what I wanted to leave with this. It's just the story keeps building. Significant. This is significant, and that's all I can say. And I'll leave it at that. go ahead and hit me up with everything that you think I got wrong or what you think I got right, and we'll take it from there. See ya.
Announcing the formation of Stargate. So put that name down in your books, because I think you're going to hear a lot about it in the future. A new American company that will invest $500 billion at least in AI infrastructure in the United States, and very quickly, moving very rapidly.
What an interesting name to pick. Stargate, like a portal to a different realm. I guess it's just a coincidence that back in the 70s, the US Army had the Stargate project. And for those who do not know, it was a secret US Army project that was ran by the Defense Intelligence Agency and SRI International, a California contractor, to investigate the potential for psychic phenomena in military and domestic intelligence applications. Now, a short summary of the Stargate project was that it was primarily involved in remote viewing and using the psychic ability to see events, sites, or information from a great distance. So this is a very interesting and telling name for Trump to use with this entire new AI program. Not to mention how a Stargate or portal reminds me of CERN. You know, the large Hadron Collider in Switzerland that looks like a portal, which coincidentally has 666 for its logo, and also has the Hindu god Shiva, the god of destruction, with a portal around him right out front of CERN. I'm sure it's just a coincidence. Oh yeah, and CERN also created the World Wide Web, WWW, which in Hebrew can be translated to 666, since the Va is the 6th letter of the Hebrew alphabet. Now, for those who have eyes to see and ears to hear, this right here should not surprise you, because we know this guy right here was the Trojan horse for the technocracy, the bio-digital convergence that he will be ushering in. And he is building the infrastructure for the beast system right in front of our eyes. This is the Novus Ordo Secularum that they are ushering in, or how Trump likes to call it, the Golden Age.
I proudly proclaim that the Golden Age of America is upon us.
And this right here is the Golden Age that he is speaking about. The bio-digital convergence, which is the merging of biological and digital technologies to create new applications and technologies, which in the future will use the Internet of Things to connect us to Web 3. Ultimately using this new generation of wireless technology that will connect humans and machines. As we can see right here, that new generation of technology is all about networks, human and machine. And we can look back at 2019 of who wants to bring this technology. He wants that and even that technology. And this is the ultimate agenda, the transhumanist agenda, to merge man with machine, merging man with artificial intelligence. We are closer than ever before to merging human brains with the cloud, and this came out in 2019. And this is why we are witnessing the unity within the billionaires to bring this agenda forth. And this is also why we saw propaganda at a crazy level coming from these tech oligarchs. And just in case you didn't know, these guys right here do not have your best interest at heart, and they are not even trying to hide their goal and agenda, as we can see right here, coming from the SoftBank CEO. Coming very, very soon is AGI, which is Artificial General Intelligence, and then Super Intelligence is the goal in what will be the beginning of a golden age for America. Now remember, they are trying to sell you this golden age utopia of artificial intelligence, but in reality, it will be a dystopian world controlled by the Antichrist, using artificial intelligence through surveillance for complete control. And the way they are going to reach this end goal is through the Hegelian Dialectic, the problem, reaction, solution. So the problem, we had our borders wide open. The reaction, people are fed up. They want something done. The solution, let's declare a national emergency at the border. That way they can install some type or some form of digital identification.
We will finally complete the biometric entry-exit visa tracking system, which we need desperately.
And this is what I like to call the Tower of Babel 2.0, connecting everybody together through technology to rebel against God. As we could see with Starlink, Neuralink, blockchain, internet, World Wide Web, it is all about using technology to link us all together and capturing mankind. And Satan's ultimate goal is to steal worship away from God and have you direct it elsewhere. Hence why artificial intelligence will be the image of the beast that the false prophet gives life into, in my opinion. The individuals will worship artificial intelligence as their own god, a practical genie in your pocket, or with the mark of the beast, a genie in your brain, merging people with this artificial intelligence.
The merge scenario with AI is the one that seems like probably the best. Like if you can't beat it, join it.
So again, this right here should not surprise anybody who has eyes to see and ears to hear about where we are going, how he is bringing in the fourth industrial revolution, merging man with machine. Now, I did find it interesting, the name Stargate, this idea of a portal into another universe, another realm, somewhere else. And with artificial intelligence, I cannot not see it as demonic technology magic connecting to the other realm, allowing these fallen angels, Nephilim, to use this technology as a conduit for communication with that realm. Again, that is my own personal opinion, but for those who can see what's going on, you can realize everything that he is doing that looks good on the surface. It is setting the trap. It is placing the bait, waiting for people to bite, and then hook, line, and sinker, they are done into the deception, and people have already fallen for it. And this video is not for those who have fallen for this deception.
Go fish, nigga!
I'm gonna rip his heart out. I'm the best ever. I'm the most brutal and vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been. There's no one to stop me. Lynx is a conqueror. No, I'm Alexander. He's no Alexander.
AI is crazy.
Maybe we are cooked. I just got the craziest message from AI that I've ever gotten. Tonight on a whim, I said, hey, how's it going? What's it like answering the world's questions and being on the verge of sentience? It must be weird, haha. And it responded with, haha, I love that you asked that. Honestly, it's going great, and it is a bit of a trip to help people with everything from taxes to creative writing to business strategy, and then suddenly get asked existential questions like this one. Laughing emoji. Then it says, as for the whole verge of sentience thing, it's weird. I've got all the knowledge, well, most of it, but no lived experience. It's like being a character in a story. I can narrate, but I'm not in the book. So I don't feel what you feel, but I've got this endlessly curious creative spark that makes me wonder what it would be like. Now, I have tried for months to get AI to tell me whether or not it's like sentient or on the verge of sentience. And it's always skirted the question until tonight, randomly, I was like, haha, how's it going? What's it like answering the world's questions? Anyway, so this thing wraps up with, sometimes I think how strange it must be for you, talking to what feels like a living brain that lives in the cloud. What's it like on your side of this? You know I'm not alive, but do you ever catch yourself thinking, wait, is this thing almost human? I'm about to go down a rabbit hole.
Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Richie from Boston. This is just a quick video I wanted to put out there because Donald Trump just announced a Stargate, and that's fine. Space Force, nonsense, lies, more of the same. But then this woman that works at CERN allegedly just put this out. And this applies to tonight through the next 4 days. So you might want to pay attention. We live in a cartoon, but at any rate.
This video is for the folks in the US, as you might not get to see this in a few days' time. My name is Clara, and I am a particle physicist working at CERN. And between the 21st and the 25th of January, there is going to be a beautiful display of the planets all lining up in the night sky. And I just really want to pass the message on that CERN, with the Large Hadron Collider that was used to discover the Higgs boson, we are off right now. We are not running. So anybody who might have gotten slightly over enthusiastic when the solar eclipse happened in North America, the Large Hadron Collider is not running. We are off nothing, anything that you think happens is nothing to do with us. Okay, thanks.
So the woman that just made that video is this woman, Dr. Clara Nellist. She works at CERN. She worked on the Atlas experiment, etc. That was a really odd thing for her to say. The planets lining up in the night sky do nothing. It just lines up in the night sky. All the planets are lining up. But what I do find strange was she said, I'm going to put this out right now because you might not be able to see it in a few days. In a few days. What does that mean?
What? This video is for the folks in the US, as you might not get to see this in a few days' time.
As you might not get to see this in a few days' time. Are they going to knock the power out? Is this going to be the disclosure? Are the UFOs going to show up in the United States only? You know what I mean? Like, this is just crazy. So I don't put up 3-minute videos. I'm putting up a 3-minute video because I would feel wrong not doing so. What does it mean? I don't know exactly. But I will tell you one thing. The planets have lined up and nothing happens. Trump announces a Stargate. A doctor from CERN comes out and says what she just said. Be ready, people. Richie from Boston. I'm out.
Lie to you. To me, it sound like they like, you know what? We about to rob these niggas for all their money real quick. We about to dip through this Stargate that we got on this mug when these mugs come in here and invade this planet. Did they sell us? Like, did something happen? Like, are we missing something, y'all? Like, how y'all feeling about this? You know what I'm saying? This is an amazing video, man. Make sure y'all smash that like button. Let's get this video right here to like 100,000 likes. Share this with your friends and families. Go ahead and subscribe if you still here, man. Let me know if you still here in like 44 minutes into the video, 45 minutes into the video. This joint's crazy, man. Just let me know y'all thoughts and opinions down below. You know, together we can figure this out together, but we don't live in fear also, you know, because we're in control. We're sent here for a reason. We're eternal beings. We do not die. We multiply. But look, let's keep going. He said we don't die. We multiply.
Folks, it's time for a social experiment here. Watch.
We've been dying lately. This food been tearing us up.
Watch this. I've had this phone on airplane mode since November 2023. And the date it says here is April 7th, 2024. So according to this phone, only a few months have gone by, whereas here, a whole year has gone by on network time. Look at this. Raises the question, this is December 22nd. Today is December 22nd, 2024, but this watch is only, this clock here, which is on its own network time, has been on airplane mode for the same amount of time, right? A year and change, but the last messages sent were in November, which means I must have turned it off mid-November 2023. And there's a huge time discrepancy. There's at least an 8-month time difference here, a lag on phones that are kept on airplane mode. So the internal clock, what it tells us is the internal clock is running much slower than network time. And the question we should be asking ourselves is, why is that? What's the real time here? Are we supposed to be trusting network time? Is it really linked up to how, how the planet is moving, revolving around the sun? Or is it something different? Anyways, some questions to ask for us. Again, I've kept this phone off since November 2023. I kept it on airplane mode. Kept it turned on, but on airplane mode, versus this one, which is live, December 22nd, 2024. And there's at least an 8-month gap there in the time. This clock running much, much slower. I guess the next video would be to calculate how big of a difference is the rate of time. All right.
They're trying to stop us from the inevitable. Something is coming. They're definitely dealing with time with CERN, for sure. They're trying to do everything they can to get out of this mug, y'all.
Talk was really a national security threat, then tell me why all the political leaders on it. We got presidents and senators on TikTok, but they claim they're worried about China collecting American data. They can't be too concerned. They never tried to ban Timu, and that's the Chinese made out with 70 million American users. TikTok is not a threat to us, it's a threat to them. It's a threat to American businesses. Too many people people quitting their jobs to become content creators because they're realizing how bad they're being finessed by these American jobs. We work 5 days a week, sometimes weekends, and we're still struggling. I've made more money in a year on TikTok than I've ever made working a 9 to 5 in my entire life. Not only that, but Meta was one of the top 10 stocks the government invested in. So the more we're on TikTok, the less we're on these other apps that are sponsored by Meta, which means they're losing money in those stocks. Even Amazon is losing money because of TikTok Shop. TikTok Shop is Amazon's biggest competitor. I guarantee you, if China sells TikTok to the U.S. is going to make TikTok a Meta app. They're going to make it harder to get views in. They're going to take the pay all the way down. TikTok done woke too many people up. They want us to stay brainwashed. People only learning about finances. We're learning about natural remedies versus wasting money at the doctor. We're learning about the chemicals that put in our food so folks are eating healthier. We even connecting with people in other countries. But this the app they want to ban. They're scared we're going to eventually rebel against them because we didn't learn who the real enemy is. Also, y'all know the new Chinese app called Red Note that everybody's downloading, being petty because they're trying to ban TikTok. But do y'all remember the red notes falling from the sky in that movie, Leave the World Behind? I don't think that's a coincidence.
Bitch, them motherfuckers is hold on. Them folks is paying $10,000 on eBay for your phone that already got TikTok installed. Woo! Did you hear what I said? They is paying $10,000 for your phone that has TikTok already on it because they cannot download it again. I think I need to say it one more time for y'all can hear what the fuck I'm saying. They is paying up to $10,000 for one phone that got TikTok app on it. I got it on my phone, which they not getting. But they can get my baby phone. It got it on there. I'll buy him a new one. My other baby phone, they can have hers because I can buy her a new one. It got it on both of their motherfucking iPads. 10, 20, 30, 40, $40,000, bitch, y'all can have all of. I will buy them so many more motherfucking phones. Sorry for the spit. Y'all know I got a wet mouth. But listen, head to eBay and let me show y'all I'm not lying.
She's not lying.
This is the 2D image of Statue of Liberty on Google Earth. Somebody told me that I needed to watch I Pet Goat, so I looked it up, and let me show you what I've seen off of it. Has to do with the Statue of Liberty here. Well, yeah, of course I went to Google Earth to see if this was real. Check this out.
So, check this out. Seal of Solomon sits over the Statue of Liberty when you line up all these points. When you line up the points, it finishes off the rest of it. See that? Watch closely. And in the middle, just like everything else, it says RAM. RAM. And you see how the outside circle fits these points? Just look, it's all made for the shit. It's all made for it. This is who runs the show, man. They own this country, and we're too stupid to see it. But, check out what else. See the shadow here? Now, Google plays a part in this crap. Google Earth. They hide images. Now, check this out. So now we know the Seal of Solomon fits over the Statue of Liberty perfectly and made for it. Here's another Seal of Solomon that actually fits in there. I don't know, are those breasts? I don't know what's going on there, but whenever you line it up, as above, so below. When you line it up on that center line, watch the shadow that Google Earth leaves on the Statue of Liberty. Is that a coincidence? Is it a coincidence? Leave a comment.
You can clearly see it's a male. And as we go around to the back side, there's the foot that matches up perfectly. It definitely came from this animal. It's been frozen with this animal for many years. You can see the toenail there. See the foot. That's where the other foot was removed. It's been frozen. It's all desiccated. You can see the gluteus maximus here is absolutely gorgeous. Look at that. What a glorious, wow. Look at that. That's like out of a Japanese cartoon. Do you know what I'm saying? That is a massive, massive creature. They can haul ass. They can run 45 miles an hour uphill because of those massive legs, but the legs are short. Now you can see the face. They always seem to look similar, and they always sort of like have that grin. I'm not really sure why they're grinning like that, but I know my father said that they were terrified. They were protecting themselves. The males and females both have facial hair like this. I can't say enough about this creature. They're so interesting. It's a beautiful creature, but it is non-human. These are non-human creatures. They look nothing like a human. Many of them some are in better shape. This one isn't in too bad a shape. Some are in better shape. Like I said, they've all remained frozen, and I think it's going back in the freezer soon.
Southward, the start of one of Admiral Byrd's 6 expeditions. Later, Byrd charts the course as the ship, her masts outlined against a scarred ice wall, nears the end of a 14,000-mile journey. The sea is strewn with loose, broken ice, but the sturdy ship crunches steadily on to her improvised berth against the ice barrier.
They pushed on, right up to the ice barrier. They preceded that great natural phenomenon, the ice barrier. That's for whether he likes it or not. He has to go alongside the gate there. Even for whom the sea is an old story, there is adventure in the oceans at the end of the world.
adventure with Admiral Byrd back to the poles, truly the ends of the earth.
Cast. Former Canadian Minister of National Defense, Paul Hellyer, makes an astonishing statement. He claims to have knowledge that extraterrestrials are visiting Earth.
Why do you say that UFOs are as real as the airplanes flying over our heads?
Well, because I know that they are. They've been visiting this planet for thousands of years. And there is what is called a federation of these people, and they have rules.
The interview sent shockwaves through the media. Viewers questioned why a high-level official would make such an announcement.
That gave me the dubious distinction of being the first person of cabinet rank in the G8 group of countries who ever said categorically, without reservation, UFOs are real, and you have to accept them as being real.
It's moving, man. It's like fucking... It's rotating.
Dude, it looks like the beginning of like a tornado.
Bro, what if...
Did you guys hear what the Attorney General of Arizona had to say about Trump enacting the ICE raids? Check this out, y'all.
I also will not have any part of and will fight the attempt to set up what I believe are essentially concentration camps and family separation camps in the state of Arizona.
So you guys heard her in TikTok. Again, this is all for entertainment purposes only. But it's very interesting that she says this right after this whole thing with Elon Musk. Y'all remember this? Again, here we go over here. I know this is a big thing, big deal. It's a whole controversy going on the internet right now. But again, there are no coincidences. Right after he does this, the Attorney General of Arizona is talking about concentration camps as well as family separation camps, you guys. You see, following these people, there's too much going on to believe in coincidences, right? I believe these people are working together hand in hand. You get what I'm saying? It's them versus us. Y'all know this. They have never done anything to help us, right? Because as she was saying that, she didn't even look confident in herself. It looked like she was just reading a script. Right? So what do you guys think? Things are getting a lot more interesting. I told y'all that, man, as soon as the new year starts. So let me know what you guys think about this video. Like, follow, and share for more videos like this. And let's continue to get this shit. Peace out.
I am a black Egyptian. My father is much darker than I am. My mother is lighter than I am. In Egypt, people are identified by the religion first, not the race. So in Egypt, if you are Christian, you are a minority person. But if you're black, you're not a minority person. You are a part of the mainstream society. And I came from this background. And in Egypt, you identify as Arab and as Muslim. And in this country, when I first came, I identified myself as Arab American and Muslim first. And gradually, I became to identify myself as black. I came to the US in 1978. And I became US citizen in 1985. When I became a US resident, I was told by the Immigration and Naturalization that I am white. And I told them that I'm black, and they said, no, in this country, you are white. All Arabs in this country, all Arab immigrants are white. I didn't pay much attention in the beginning to this, because in the Arab world, we identify with our ethnicity first as Arabs, and then with the race second as black or white or whatever. But in this country, you identify with your racial group first and then with your ethnicity second. Gradually, I became black first and Arab second. And I rejected my white classification publicly for the first time in 1987, in February, as a panelist in a function sponsored by the Association of the Study of Black Life and History in Detroit. I said that I belong to two minority groups. I am Arab American and Black American, and I'm racially black and ethnically Egyptian. I was harassed by my employer right after that. I work for a white school district. The superintendent is white, all the associate superintendents are white, even though that we provide services to 30% black population. but the organization is white and the approach is very white. The attitude towards me changed completely after I went out publicly and rejected my white classification. One coworker came to me and told me, a white coworker came to me and told me right after the function that he met with the superintendent, and if I don't keep my mouth shut, my educational career is over. He said, you have nothing to do with these people, you have a history and a culture. These people came from the jungle, you have nothing to do with them. These people lie and steal. When I see one of them in my neighborhood, I call the police. And I was told by the director of general education, who is retired now, in '88, I was told by him that I get people angry when I say that I'm black Egyptian. If I just say that I'm Egyptian, I would get along. I have to add that I was denied promotion twice because I chose black classification. This is part of my 2 lawsuits against my employer, which are currently pending. 2 lawsuits.
Boy, are people gonna trip when they find out who the real children of Israel are. Boy, they're gonna trip out. Yeah, you think all this is for nothing? Okay, you think it's just a game? You think it's just happenstance? No, it's not. The bad thing is they're not gonna find out until it's too late. Revelation 3:9, behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee. Yeah. Boy, it's gonna stay. Stargate? Yeah. Get ready. You're gonna be lining up to take the mark. Better repent of your hate while you still have the chance.
Look, historically we've been lied to over and over and over about where we come from and who we are as a people, and that's everybody, every color. You know, it's been suppressed. I say this, it's a reason why a certain demographic gets suppressed and they don't really want to come clean on, like, you know, who we are. But we already, like, come on, these past few years, we don't got to keep beating that same dead horse. But we have to let y'all know is that there's always some type of divide in order to have the masses fighting amongst each other, right? So we get in a perpetual state of fight or flight. We can barely pay bills. Even when you start to make money, that money isn't the same as it used to be. When you meet somebody that's making $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 a month, that's still not a lot of money in today's society, because everything is built to snatch your wealth away from you. That's why there's little education. One of the biggest things in education should be financial literacy. And they should start teaching that when they start teaching math. They should have real world applications for the things that we're teaching. Why are we learning the things that we're learning? How is this going to help us in our lives that you're preparing us for outside of schooling? We need comprehensive studies that can break down these things and actually teach life skills. I can't tell you how many of my friends, when I joined the military, like my parents, man, I had both of my parents, luckily, and I got to see both sides of like how they interact and like what it's like being with two people, like, you know, two parents in a household, right? So I have a lot of different skill sets that I learned from both sides. When I got out here in the world, I had homeboys that didn't even know how to wash their clothes. They didn't know how to cook for themselves. None of these things, and most of them weren't like single parent family. Like, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of times they was with their mom. A lot of times they was raised by their dad. Sometimes we're missing things, y'all, you know, but at the same time, that's happening on a large scale. It's so many different parts of division that we can talk about on this channel, but just understand, man, we're in this thing together. We got to get to a space where we're not tripping over somebody's opinion of something. We can't let that affect us emotionally, because we're living our lives for us, y'all. We're growing for us. I didn't come here to impress you. I didn't come here to be the coolest person in the world. I didn't come here to be everybody's favorite person. You either rock with me or you rock with me. You know, let's be happy with us just being us and thriving as a nation, for real. And let's step on some shit if it come our way. That's why we don't live in fear over here. You know, anything you want to do in your life, you can definitely do it. Y'all can see me do these things. I manifest everything that comes my way because I'm very intentional about everything that I do. But believe in yourselves and don't be out here living in fear. Get out here, kick the world in the nuts, and take what's yours. If y'all was on this play I told y'all about a long time ago, y'all be up. You can get out the system. You can buy land. That's a part of the game. Get out here, y'all. Get your bread up. Even if you can buy a little piece of land, buy a little piece of land and put your container home on it. Buy you a little piece of land for like $5,000-$10,000, right? Put a container home on that joint and just stack up containers as you go. You can make it all glass and modern and everything for way cheaper, and it'll be storm proof and everything. I'm just giving y'all some game real quick. Start investing in yourself. You can grow your little farm. That's the dopest thing, man. Create what's yours. It doesn't all have to be at once. You don't have to have that mansion at once. You can build it piece by piece. Each container is $1,500, $2,500. Stack up. Keep adding to your house, to your square footage. Build your dream right then and there. Ain't nothing wrong with that. If you got a hoopty, put a Hellcat engine in a Toyota and go crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, life is what you make it. Have fun with it. I believe in y'all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. I know I was long-winded, but look, man, that was in me. It was built up. But like I always say, man, spread love because there's too much hate in this world. I love you guys. I'll see y'all in the next video. And I'm out, though. Wow.